Namaskaram, everyone. Welcome. In this series of videos, we are going to watch the movie Punyakoti, which most of you might already know about because I had a conversation with the director of the movie and the man who made it possible, the man who came up with the first ever full length Sanskrit animated movie. You might have seen my conversation with him when I visited Madras Sanskrit College. And in this series of videos, we are going to watch the movie, snippets of the movie, along with the director himself. We are going to get a few glimpses of what went into the production of the movie, the concepts that, the kind of research, the kind of hard work that went into it, the effort of the artists, and all the, little nuances which might help either Sanskrit students or people who want to take up similar tasks. And we are going to just enjoy this movie along with this is probably the director's cut of Punyakoti. So welcome, and let me now welcome the director of Punyakoti, Ravi Shankar ji, and we'll watch the movie together.
Thank
Namaskaram,
you. Thank you.
Namaskaram, Ravi ji. Welcome, welcome.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for doing this with us. I watched the movie on Netflix long ago. I mean, when it came out, I was among the people who were in high anticipation for the movie. I watched it immediately, and it just blew my mind. The production value and the kind of the kind of care and precision that went into the dialogues, into the music, into the entire ambience, the colors, everything. So it's a privilege and a pleasure watching the movie together with you. Let's get started with the movie. Before we get started, anything that you want to say, anything that you want to, you know, prep us for the movie?
Nothing actually. I want to thank you, Uday, for the opportunity and also it's such a pleasure to watch the movie with somebody who loves the movie so much. So
Thank,
it's my
thank you.
privilege.
Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. So first thing that comes to mind is this. It's a crowd effort. There was a crowdfunding campaign. There were so many people who were instrumental. Apart from the crowdfunding, there were many people who were instrumental in bringing this project alive.
Yes.
So how was it for you? How did you gather the funds? What kind of efforts? A little bit of, maybe you repeated this already, but your background, how you funded the movie, because you're not one of those loaded producers who can who can afford to make
In
projects
fact,
on.
we went to traditional producers. So they
Okay.
because it was not commercially a very attractive project to make an animation movie, and
Hmm.
also the kind of budgets that was involved in making the movie. So there were two parts to it. How
Hmm.
could we make it with a very frugal budget? Number
Hmm.
one. Number two, how do we get people to put money into it? Because I
Hmm.
think at this scale, nobody had attempted a
Hmm.
crowdfunding project. The
Hmm.
earlier projects were, I think, half of what we were seeking from the first round. So
Okay.
there was a lot of apprehension whether this would succeed or not, but we
Hmm.
anyway took the risk.
Hmm.
But we had the backing of a few people who believed in the product. So
Wonderful.
that's what I would like to say about the crowdfunding process itself.
Wonderful.
And how these people came to know about the project, how they
Hmm.
funded, all of this are still a mystery to me. Okay, so many marketing people are trying to unfold it, but this happened in 2015, right? Like
Hmm.
where we did not have as much sophistication as we have today in
True.
the digital marketing space.
Very
It was
true.
still there, but
Hmm. Not as
a lot of
prevalent, not as widespread as today,
not
but
as
wonderful. And thank you to everybody, all the producers, all the, to each individual contributor who made it possible.
without them, I will not be here today.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Samskrita Bharati helped me
Mm-hmm.
for the with the dialogues in Sanskrit.
Hmm.
All my Infosys friends, I was still working in Infosys at that point of time.
Huh.
They helped me. This is
Hmm.
Adobe Systems. They gave us free licenses to work on the movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember you mentioning it.
And the Vagdevi Vilas school students, they helped me with the dubbing.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah,
students of the college were
the
involved
school.
in.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it's
the management,
wonderful.
the chairman, the students, teachers, everybody supported me. My daughter was a student of that school,
Oh, okay.
so
Nice,
that
nice.
was a big privilege.
Huh, huh.
All these people were freely working for me without charging
Oh,
any money.
wow, wow.
These are people from the Industrial Design Center in Mumbai.
Mm-hmm,
See, actually, the if you can pause there,
mm-hmm.
this is Dr. Satyanarayana,
Okay.
who used to next this one.
Okay.
Manjushri Hegde actually helped me connect with Dr. Shankar Rajaraman, who wrote the songs of the movie.
Oh,
Suhas
okay.
Mahesh gave me the introduction of Professor Leela, who helped me with the
Yeah,
entire dubbing supervision, and she did the role
wonderful.
of Ajji.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, Leela ji has a channel also,
Oh,
Leela
yeah.
Jala
It's a
YouTube
Leela
channel.
called
Yes,
Leela Jala, which is
yes,
fantastic. Yeah.
yes.
And if you actually see Sri P.V. Satyanarayana and the volunteers of the Homeopathic Self-Reliance Forum in Bangalore, I work
Mm-hmm.
as a volunteer there. They were
Oh,
so, they kept, made sure that my family stays healthy.
oh, okay.
Without their support, I could not have made. Every week, they
Uh,
took care of me, that I
hmm,
don't fall ill, I don't become stressful.
hmm,
And of course, with money, everything. So I
wonderful.
am very thankful to them.
Nice.
कथा एषा समस्तजीवराशिसम्बद्धा वर्तते। अस्याञ्च मनुष्य पशु पक्षी कीटादि सकलभूतानां पात्रमस्ति। ज्ञातमेव यत् मानवः लोभवशात् निसर्गस्य नाशाय प्रवर्तते। कथा एषा तस्य ग्रामस्य कालमानस्य च यत्र मनुष्यः प्रमादवशमापन्नः स्वाश्रयस्य उपरि प्रहारं करोति।
So
The,
I wanted to give the gist of the movie in the beginning. That was,
sure.
in fact, the first thing where the
The
uh,
clouds part
camera
and.
clouds part and the camera kind of reveals the village.
Mm-hmm.
Was the very first shot that my animation director did. And when I
Oh,
saw that, like I was like so relieved,
huh.
saying that yes, we can tell a story on screen now. Like
Nice.
because this is my debut movie. It's not as if
Right,
I've done any movies before. And he
right.
showed me that, saying this is how we will get it. So he interpreted the script visually
Hmm,
to say
hmm,
that we will place the camera here and things. And
hmm.
then subsequently, the story just was falling in place, falling in place, falling in place.
Amazing, amazing. Hmm.
And we wrote the story in a 28, sorry, in a 5-act structure with about
That's great.
28 scenes. And one of
Okay.
the interesting things that you will see in the movie is that the first half of the movie
Mm-hmm.
and the second half of the movie
Mm-hmm.
happen in very similar locations, but they
Okay.
have a completely different tone altogether. The first one is when Kaveri was flowing and everything was all right, when the
Mm-hmm.
Nisarga Nasa has not happened.
Hmm.
The second movie starts from a point where the Nisarga Nasa has happened.
Okay.
So it will come in a different tone and a different color. So these are
Interesting.
all treatment things that a movie director thinks about when he makes a
Hmm.
movie.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Raviji. Your voice, no?
That's, the other one was my daughter's
Oh, yeah,
voice.
Sneha. Yeah.
And we studied the puppet art in Karnataka to do this piece.
Right, right. So for you, when you said the clouds parting was that moment of connect that okay, yes, gave you confidence. This one was what was that moment for me that wow, now this is this is high production value, and of course Neha's that utterance and the vakshuddhi,
Uh,
the mahapranas and the alpha pranas and the sha everything was on point. So that itself was quite wonderful to listen to. But at this point, I'm like, wow, they got the aesthetics of the entire civilization right.
yeah. And this was all reconstructed in, we have taken original leather models of how they
Oh,
conduct this, and we
okay.
reconstructed it digitally.
Digitally. Hmm.
So the light that you see is real, actually, and in the
I-
background. Uh,
Okay.
these are lamps lit and photographed. Okay,
Okay.
the parda in front that you see
Uh-huh.
is digitally created,
Uh-huh.
and all the elements that you see are how normally a leather puppet show would be done. So we actually created a
Right.
style for ourselves with
Hmm.
all
Hmm.
this dots, polka dots that you see and
Yes,
all,
yes,
to
yes.
recreate it. So it looks like a real leather puppet show, but all of this were digitally recreated and styled for our movie.
Right, right.
And
Because it looks so realistic. While it is animated, the lamps and everything, it looks very handheld. It doesn't, the yeah.
and even that movement, everything we studied and we recreated it. And we also used the same thing as Bharata Muni talks about, how to layer the stories. Like this is
Oh.
staged like in the digital animation parlance, they call it blocking, but this was
Mm-hmm.
staged like a normal leather puppet show would be staged. Like there is one
Wow.
layer goes off, the other layer comes on, the one layer goes off, the other layer.
Right.
So all
How
this were
nice.
part of the research and the study that was done for this.
Kya baat hai. How long did this take, Raviji?
3 months.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay. See,
This.
I keep telling, like, because I
Uh,
thought this is the only movie that I'm going to make, and we had the luxury, no money, no producer. We were
uh,
making all the decisions. We
right.
just like
You
went
had,
ahead and did a
yeah,
good
you
job.
had, it was as much a project of just study and research for you and learning as
Right.
making it into a you know, a time bound film.
And the
Yes.
music.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. And the lyrics and the how it was tuned, it's so came together
The
like a wonderful
songs
recipe.
were written to the tune. The tune
Hmm.
came first.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Actually, Raja sir is watching the scene and he's tuning it in his,
Okay.
and he's putting in headphone. He's looking at it and he's playing the music as he's watching it.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
and then he gave the tune to us. We got the
Huh.
lyrics written for it, and
Okay.
there were like 6 people at 3 different pitches singing the song. The
Huh. Huh.
entire
Huh.
recording took us from 8:30 in the morning to 6:30 in the evening. This one song recording.
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
कलयत्वं सहसा प्रकृतिमचला
Now that you have said it, I can hear it.
कलयत्वं मनसा विकृतिमखिला दिविपादं प्रकटं यच्चेम भुविमोदं विकटं गच्छेम आशंसा भाति नो मुखे नाशंसा याति नो सखे तुङ्गशैलशृङ्गश्रेणी दीर्यते हठात् दीर्यते नदी वृक्ष वृक्ष पुष्पाक्रान्तं गृन्ते वा कलयत्वं सहसा प्रकृतिमचला विरक्षेम
भो भोः आदरणीयाः ग्रामवासिनः महद्दिनं समागतं यतः अद्य गोविन्दपुरवासिनः सर्वे जनाः आबालवृद्धाः गर्वसमन्विताः अस्माकं चिरकालिकः स्वप्नोऽयं सफलो जातः सेतुः निर्मितः हे अभियन्तारः तक्षाः कर्मकराः तथा ये अहोरात्रं तदर्थं कृतप्रयत्नाः भवतां सर्वेषां मम अभिनन्दनानि कावेरी इदानीम् अस्मदधीना तेन सेतुना पारस्थं निगूढवनमपि सद्यः सुगमं जातं गच्छामः गच्छामः वनानि अस्मद्वशे कुर्मः ततश्च शीघ्रं तानि उत्तुङ्गगिरिशिखराण्यपि हे ग्रामवासिनः इदानीम् आकाशं किल अस्माकं सीमा अपि च आकाशात् परम् अस्माकं सीमा तस्मात् हे ग्रामवासिनः
कस्मात् मूर्ख
Leela ji is also.
तिष्ठ तिष्ठ भो बान्धवाः सावधानं तिष्ठत सावधानं तिष्ठत अग्रे भविष्यन्ति तमोमय दुर्दिनान्येव भो ग्रामस्थाः शृणुत मम वचनं भविष्यति काले अवश्यमस्माभिः पश्चात्तापः भवेत् सेतुद्वारा निसर्गनाशः भविता अग्रे गाढान्धकारैव पश्यामि यतः अनेनैव सेतुमार्गेण गत्वा परशुहस्ताः क्रूराः वृक्षान् छेदयन्ति तदाश्रितान् पशु पक्षि मृगादीन् स्वस्थानात् निष्कासयन्ति हे मूर्खाः आश्रितामेव शाखां छेदयन्ति किम् मन्दमतयः खलु भवन्तः मन्दमतयः
What was that symbolism, Raviji, that a bird was flying up?
See that something from nature should disturb the whole thing. I mean, if you disturb nature, nature also sends you a message.
Okay.
So this becomes the bird becomes a connecting factor. You will see this Krishna Parindar come at a few moments in the movie. One is this, it comes and knocks it off. When Kalinga is about to cross the bridge, again it comes and gives me a hint.
Okay.
And he watches this bird going over the bridge. That's when he gets this one to go check the other side of this one out.
Foreshadowing what's about to come, kind of symbolism. Okay.
And when the cows cross, also you will see this like flying underneath the bridge.
Okay. Is that bird any significant? You said give a name, Krishna Parinda something?
Yeah, in Malayalam we call it Krishna Parinda. It's called the black eagle or whatever, like Krishna Parinda because it's Krishna's Garuda.
Ah, got it.
It's like Garuda because it's a Krishna temple and there is Garuda and that kind of an association.
Interesting.
शृणु अत्र सर्वेपि पुण्यकोटी भक्तगणसदस्याः ननु यद्यपि सा अस्मत्सदृशी सामान्यगोः कियान् दर्पः तस्याः आह सौभाग्यं तस्याः
कुङ्गी भगिनी तस्यां पुण्यकोट्यां सर्वेपि दिव्यशक्तिं पश्यन्ति इव भासते
Both these people, like one is Anupama Hosakare, she has so much experience. She's a Sangeet Natak Academy winner.
Oh,
and she has so much experience in reviving puppet art. And
yes, she runs this. What's the name?
Dhatu Puppet.
Yes.
Dhatu Puppet in Bangalore.
Yeah.
And she and her friend, both of them have worked in Sanskrit drama, so they are so natural at what they are doing.
The expressiveness in the voice is coming through. So, yes.
Because they are used to doing drama, and she herself is like more accomplished than me. And like, it's my blessings that she came and worked for us. And if you actually see, how do we introduce Kalinga? How do we introduce Punyakoti? How do we bring in the conflicts? So so the way of storytelling itself, had a lot of thinking that happened, right? That she is divine, and what do people tell about her?
Yes, that there is jealousy and the different aspects of how people feel about her. Yeah, nice.
सत्यं किमिति को वा जानाति
These were the
Panchabhutas.
yes. Yeah.
And they are actually accurate representations of the Panchabhuta and the elements, the colors, everything was researched upon.
Right.
And that basically if things in nature come together, the Panchabhutas come together, life restarts. In fact, that is
for the earth element, I see there are, the 4 chakras, they are also associated, the number of petals on them.
Correct.
The wind one has like 10 and the space, Akasha has 16. The number of petals are also, the Jala Dhatu has 6 petals on the left. Yeah, it's Yeah, it's so well researched, so much detail into every single aspect of it. So how many scenes did we pass through? Like, would
I
there
think
be
this must
two?
be the fifth or the sixth one.
Oh,
The,
we have passed 6 scenes already. So
the first was the introduction. The second was the title
right.
cards. That will,
Oh, okay. From there itself, it's considered as
yeah,
a okay
one sequence. So consider it as one
sequence.
sequence. So like,
Sequence. Okay,
yeah.
got
Then
it.
the third sequence would be where the bridge is introduced and it gets
Right,
broken. Then the
right,
next sequence would be where we are introducing Punyakoti.
right,
The almost the connected one is where we also prove her magical powers. Like
right.
the entire setup of the whole thing. Now we
Yeah.
are bringing them home to Kalinga's house.
Huh. So
And we
this
get a
is
glimpse of this one. And if you actually see, Aji is now working on a doll, which
mm-hmm.
she will eventually give to Putta in the next scene.
Right,
There
right.
is a connection. So it's not just like randomly placed here and there. So it's
Yeah,
all planned
yeah.
like that in the
So
movie.
these 5 acts that you have written, we are still in the first act. And when the second act starts, please interrupt me and yeah, and how we are transitioning there.
हरिद्वर्णशोभितं तृणक्षेत्रे तटे दृश्यते स्म
तावान् तापः तावान् धूलिप्रसारश्च न दृष्टपूर्वः
This is actually how Hyderabad is right now. Tavan tapaha, tavan dhuli prasad.
न दृष्ट
We came up with a different style of.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Because it's, yeah,
Yeah. So
nice.
the
The distinction is clear
distinction
between.
is clear, and from at a point this one stops, narration stops. Now the music takes over and runs. So you will see
Okay.
that like we have used different styles, but it doesn't jar with each other at all.
Right,
So it's
right.
harmonious in that sense.
So nice. Yeah, I mean, it's there's something similar, but at the same time, there is a distinction that.
And the Tolu Boma is one distinct one. This is one distinct one, and I will
Right.
point out certain things. Okay.
Sure. Yes, yes. Just out of my curiosity, though, Raviji, I don't know this. Can cows swim? Can cow?
I am not sure.
Or was that artistic liberty?
This was artistic. I never
Okay.
researched on that aspect. I just
Okay. Okay, let's cut it out. But just for my curiosity, I know elephants can, dogs can, probably cows can, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I've never researched on that aspect. But like
Cool.
one thing I want to point out, okay, is look at how musically the story was told.
Right. The emotions and the kind of
The freedom that I had thinking that okay, I have Raja sir on my project. Like I told that several portions is going to be musical. Yeah. So this is the end of Act 1.
Okay.
Okay, so we have set up the story. We have told how the cow got her bell.
Right.
We have told the bridge is there. This one, all that we have done. Okay, so this is one logical point when we kind of close out on this.
The conflict is set up. What's going wrong?
Everything is set up. So we know what. So there is now at a point in time when we kind of have taken them to a high. Now next we have to take them on a plane where they are settling down. Okay, so think about it from the audience's point of view. Now we have to settle the audience. We brought them to a point. Now they are familiar with the village, everything. And we still think that the jealousy of the cow and all those things are going to be the story. But like we give them a hint that it is not it. Like if you see the first Tol Power, this one, the puppet thing that we saw, you will see a tiger in just one screen, and you will also see an emphasized music on that one note when the cow
running,
when the tiger passes through the screen. So those are all subtle hints to say that this is the story that's going to come later. Like even now it just as a flash, the tiger comes and goes away.
In that dream, the nightmare.
In that nightmare. Okay, so these are all like just done. That's all. I mean, there is no.
Nice. So that would be the end of Act 1.
That will be the end of Act 1.
Cool. So maybe we can cut it in pieces there for the audiences who are watching. We'll put these videos in a series of 5 videos. So
Yes.
guys, that was the Act 1 of Punyakoti that we have seen so far with Raviji, who's the director of the movie. So if you have any questions to Raviji, do you have an Instagram account where people can get in touch with you? Or,
No,
or
actually.
mail? Okay. So you can drop your opinions and your, your
I'm on
comments and feedback.
Facebook. Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
On Facebook or in the videos in this comment section down below, and make sure that you click on like on this video. And if you have not watched Punyakoti yet, there are descriptions on where to watch it and how to watch it in the description section of this video. So please watch the movie, share this video along across with your friends, across your social group, and tell them that there exists a movie. It's a little surprising for me also to see that not many people still know that there exists such a beautiful possibility of listening to Sanskrit dialogues, such well written dialogues, and such wonderfully composed music, and such a brilliant movie to watch. So let your friend circles know that there is a movie like this, and watch the movie for yourself. And see you in the next video for Act 2. Namaskar.